Hello everyone, Deb Floros for Jesse James Beads. Today I'm making some fun pendants using seed beads, 22 gauge wire, and pieces and parts from the Lemon Yellow Sun mini mix. I'm going to show you some variations of this fun teardrop shaped pendant. And the way I like to do it is select my largest bead or charm as the focal or center point of my pendant. I'll then select some other beads, and then the star of the show, seed beads, will be my spacers in between the beads. I like to work with seed beads in trios, and when I get to the top of my pendant, I like to double the number of seed beads to create a little bit of a longer section up top. When I pull those two wires together, I crisscross them, and then I wrap one wire around the other. You can wrap as many times as you would like, and it can be a messy wrap or a very perfect wrap. Once you've completed your wraps, you'll want to cut off the excess, and then with the other end of the wire, create a wire wrapped loop. That wire wrapped loop will be what you use to attach to a beaded necklace or a piece of chain. Now, when you're doing your wraps, you'll want to be careful not to allow those two beaded sections to wrap around each other or allow any of the seed beads to get pulled up into your wraps. So hold firm to those two sections up top so that you don't let that happen. You can also select something that will swing around the seed beads. So I found this cool cage bead in this mix, and it just slides right over the seed beads. So you can see the seed beads through the cage bead, and that cage bead can move around really nicely. So I think that's a really fun part of creating with seed beads, is you can often put things over them, and it just makes it a little bit extra fun. So one thing to be careful of as well is 22 gauge wire is very pliable. So sometimes you'll complete your pendant and you'll say, ooh, it's a little bit wonky. So you can manipulate it with your fingers or use coated pliers or nylon jaw pliers to get the shaping just right. Now you'll want to be really, really careful and not put too much pressure onto those beaded sections because those beads could crack. So just be gentle when you're using any kind of a tool to manipulate the beaded sections of the piece. Now, I decided to take my pendant, I picked my favorite of this grouping, and I wanted to attach it to this beautiful heart rose gold chain. So I found the center point and attached my pendant with two jump rings. And I love the way that it looks. This mixed metal look is really, really cool. All of these pendants have a cool mixed metal vibe. And I added just a simple lobster claw, and I wire wrapped a bead to the other end of the necklace. And the necklace is sizable. So don't be afraid of seed beads. Add them to your arsenal. They're really fun. Check everything here out at jessejamesbeads.com.